Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Another video, another little rant here, little rant session. Today I want to be talking about first off, as you can see, podcast doing pretty well. I'm happy about it. My mom's happy about it. So those are gonna keep coming. Don't worry about that. Um, I did want to start doing rants again. For the past couple weeks, I've been thinking about doing one. Haven't really had an idea of what to rant on yet. But then I was like, there's a lot of things I do rant on. It usually just happens because, you know, social media things pop up. I'm just like, oh, and then I have a thought about it. I'm like, well, let me put that thought out there. Maybe someone's interested. Maybe someone has a different opinion. Most likely, someone has a different opinion. Everyone has different opinions, but maybe we can, like, have a conversation. Whatever. Anyways, today I wanted to rant about how I was right before I was going to sleep. I saw a video and it made me think about how black people are probably never going to get their reparations. It's probably never going to happen for African Americans in this country. We're probably never ever going to get our reparations because, for one, it would cost America close to what the debt is. Anyways, it would cost America what basically, well, probably not exactly, but it would cost America a couple $1 billion, because I believe if we were to allocate how much money we were supposed to get and how much acres of land, and that converted to today's and convert that to today's amount, it would be like, it what 42 acre it was like 42 acres and a mule, I think it was. And if we convert how much 42 acres is worth, even in the states with the least amount, even within the states with like the lowest retail prices for land that big, it would probably not, like, it would probably be still worth a couple $1 million. And for each black person to get 42, it wouldn't be possible. Like, it wouldn't be possible. So I guess, like, as black people, we're gonna have to live with that fact that we're never gonna get reparations. And it's like, damn, that kind of sucks. But also, it came with the idea of like how we have to sacrifice more in order for the forward movement of, like, America. And it does, as a black person, it feels bad that like, we have to sacrifice for the betterment of America. Because if we are selfish in this moment, if we are selfish in requesting this, that which we can't, like, realistically, if we do ask, if we even if they had they can't, like, financially. I understand, like, this administration would never do it. I'm not saying that, but any administration probably could have never do it for the amount of suffering. Like, even just, like, even after slavery, the payment, like, I feel like the payment should triple and double for even after slavery, because it took them so long. It took us so long to get our voting rights. It took us so long to get just basic civil rights. Even, like, like, discrimination to our we've been facing discrimination, probably not yet the longest form of discrimination in this country since forever. And the fact, I don't think you could ever pay, like, there's no amount of money, like, there's an amount of money that could help, but I think there's no amount of money that, I think the only way that they could actually fulfill the reparations is actually helping impoverished neighborhoods. That's the only way they could realistically do it. Because, like, if if they like they can't just give money to people. Like if realistically, it wouldn't be a good idea to just give money to people because again, if you don't teach them financial literacy, a lot of people are just going to misuse the money anyways. Yeah, sure, you'd be like, oh, but yeah, and it's a whole thing of like, and I'm thinking of this like as a future pretense, like even even if we get like a democratic, like a socialist, not even democrat, a socialist president. If we get a socialist president, they still fit, like they still couldn't, like I remember back in 2016 when black people asked Andrew Yang if he was gonna give reparations, and he was like, "I'm sorry, but that's not possible because we don't have the funds to actually commit towards this. Like even the American government does not have the funds to commit towards that." So I'm just like the real question. So at the end of the day, like what's the plan to help? Like it's not even now we're in this like now we're in a situation where everybody needs help, but specifically black people have been targeted for generations, and we are still being targeted. Uh, and it's just kind of crazy. Like that. This is one of the problems I had with like Obama, which is like I felt like in his 8 years of presidency, it never felt like he was effective towards any type of impoverished neighborhoods. Like it didn't feel it felt like he was, I think, yeah, he was just a corporate capitalist like Democrat, which is like not a person really for the people. He's kind of for the people, but not exactly. He's more for big businesses, and the only real big thing he did from to help Americans economically is sort of just pay out banks to end the recession. And again, eh, eh. And there's a whole like, and it's like you did that one thing, and I feel like you should have had the power to also help millions of Americans and not just the banks. Like, and now we're in a system where, like, America has this continuing problem of like returning back to the past. It's like it's so weird. It's so weird thinking about it. Like how society continue, like also all most American people, even MAGA, almost every American person, all they're looking for is sustainability. That's all they want. They don't care. It honestly, I think most people don't really care who the president is or what party the president is in. They just want someone to notice that there's fuck shit going on in the office. There's fuck shit going on in the House and in the Senate. There's fuck shit going on all throughout the government, and the fact that we're not doing anything to stop them from doing some fuck shit, and that at least when the first person notices it, who happened to be Donald Trump, sorry to say this, he happened to be Donald Trump. He noticed, he said, hey, there's a lot of corruption, but he's also corrupt. So, he's not going to do anything about it. He's not going to do anything about it. But, it's just like, we just want a fair system. And the fact that the rich billionaires and rich people, like, we're starting to notice. I think the good thing about the internet and like the good thing about the internet, especially nowadays, is that more people want more authentic people. So the more you want authentic people, the less you care for like these corporations and these like sellouts. Like people like watching people. I think more people watch Philip DeFranco on a continuous basis than probably like daily news. Like I'm not watching my daily news sector every day, but I will watch a Philip DeFranco video or at least listen to a Philip DeFranco video every day. because it's just helpful to know what the fuck's going on. And I think this is probably gonna be a maybe 15-minute, 20-minute video, but I think another crazy thing that's going on right now, and I'm gonna talk about this on the podcast too. The RAM, like if you don't know in the computer space, what's the company? Crucial, the company that makes almost all RAM for everyone. They make all the RAM chipsets. They decided to stop selling. They decided to stop selling. What is it? Consumer. They stopped selling consumer-based RAM. Now they're only selling RAM to AI companies, and the RAM market has gone crazy. I'm probably gonna show some images here. Like, I think the RAM that I have now, I have around 30. I have 40 gigs of RAM, which is obviously odd, but I have two 8 gigs and then two 16 gigs. How it works? Don't ask me. It works. It runs. That's all that matters to me. Anyways, the 232 gigs right now is $408. I bought it in 2022-ish? Yeah, 2022. I bought it in 2022. No, 2024. Sorry. I bought it in 2024. It was $90. It is now $408. What are we, like, building? You can't build PCs anymore. You can't build. The cost, it used to be like, oh, you could build a PC. It's more inexpensive. Now you have, like, it's probably better to either buy a game console or buy pre-built. Because if you are right now trying to build a PC, you are not going to find RAM. And the next problem, wait, you're not going to find RAM for any lower than $180. There's no RAM, probably $140. But that's just a couple dollars. That's like $40, whatever. Still, but even the 140 is now just 16 gigs. 16 gigs of RAM is $140. When back a year ago, a literal year ago, RAM used to be, I think it would have been like $50, maybe, for 16 gig. 16 gigs of RAM. You could probably get it for 30 even. You could probably get it for 30. Like, even the lowest tier of RAM, like, I mean, a normal DDR4 RAM is around, what is it? It's around, I think it's like 100. DDR4 16 gigs is, I think $138. People aren't going to be able to. I'm like, why are you doing, why? It's like, we could make more money in AI if we do this. I'm like, why not just do both? You could still do both. You could have done both and you would have been fine. You're like, nah, but like, if we have a deal in perpetuity with AI, that means we get to. I'm like, this is a. So, yeah, people aren't going to be able to build PCs ever because it's going to be too expensive. Because the cost. Now I checked on Newegg. Now they're bundling RAM together. Like, I think 32. I think the best, like on Newegg, those are the price. The prices are around $400 to $1,000. It gets crazy. It gets wicked over there. I think on Best Buy and like Walmart, they're around $200, but still $202 for not 64 gigs. No, two 16s, which is 32 gigs. 32 gigs of RAM. $202. What are we doing here? That was $90 last year. That was $90 last year. I'm just baffled by how crazy, like, how, like, it's just baffling to me, you know? And I had to get this off my system because, like, I have a PC. I'm glad I built it 3, 4 years ago. My PC's still running fine. I don't have a problem with it yet. I'm glad it's just running, you know? But if we start selling more chipsets to AI, like what's the next thing that we're going to sell to AI? What? Luckily, there's a bunch of storage, like, there's a bunch of other storage companies, so we don't have to worry about storage. But like, GPUs, are GPUs exclusively going to be. There's two companies competing in three. There's three companies competing in GPUs, but Intel hasn't made a new GPU in the past 3 years, 4 years now. They have not touched the GPU market since then. I think they're probably building on something, but I don't know. Um, it's just crazy, honestly. Like, what's the plan for them? Are they just gonna like? It's just, you know, you know, it's just. Anyways, probably gonna end this video here. GPUs, RAM. It's fucked out there, but let's hope it gets better. You know. Anyways, I'll see y'all later.